So from this h1 rho 1 is equal to h2 rho 2. So therefore h1 upon h2 is equal to rho 2 upon rho 1. This is the final answer. Now move to the next question. A swimmer is swimming in a swimming pool at 6 meter below the surface of water. It means that height from a surface of water is going to be 6 meter. Calculate the pressure on the swimmer due to water above. So density of water is given, rho is equal to 1000. It means that 10 raised to 3 kilogram per meter cube, and g is equal to 9.8 meter per second square. So now in this question it is we have to find that the pressure on a swimmer due to water. So pressure due to liquid, what is the formula for pressure due to liquid? P is equal to h rho g, which will be equal to height is 6 multiplied by value of density is 10 raised to 3 multiplied by value of g is 9.8. So which will be equal to 5.88 into 10 raised to 5 Newton per meter square, which will be approximately equal to, we can say that 6 times it is at atmospheric pressure, 6 times the atmospheric pressure, 6 times the atmospheric pressure, because 1 atmosphere is going to be what, 1 into 10 raised to 5, so it is 5.88, so approximately equal to 6 times the atmospheric pressure. Move to the next question, question number 7. In this question we have to find the distance that the car will travel before coming to stop. So I'll read the question first. Hydraulic brake system of a car of mass 1000 kg having speed of 50 km per hour has a cylindrical piston of radius. So cylindrical piston of radius, let's say that this is the first radius r1. The slave cylinder has the radius of 2.5 centimeter. If the constant force of 100 Newton is applied on the brake, what distance the car will travel before coming to stop? So constant force of 100 Newton, it means that force on a master cylinder. Okay, so it is F1, value of F1 is given, and we have to find at what distance the car will travel before coming to stop. So for that, first of all, we'll write all the given. What is given? Mass of a car is given, m is equal to 1000 kg. Second, initial velocity is the given, it is moving with the velocity of 50 km per hour. Then values of radius of cylinders are given. So r1 is equal to 0.5 centimeter, which will be equal to 0.5 into 10 raised to minus 2 meter. Radius of a slave piston r2 is equal to 2.5 centimeter, which will be equal to 2.5 into 10 raised to minus 2 meter. Now since the cylinders are cylindrical, pistons are cylindrical, so we will find its area. So area of a first cylinder A1 is equal to pi r1 square, which will be equal to pi multiplied by value of r1 is what, 0.5 into 10 raised to minus 2 square meter square. Value of A2, area of a slave cylinder, A2 is equal to pi r2 square, which will be equal to pi into value of r2 is 2.5 into 10 raised to minus 2 square meter square, and the value of F1 is given 100 Newton. So first of all we will find the value of F2. So for that we know that F2 is equal to A2 upon A1 multiplied by F1, which will be equal to, value of A2 is what, it is pi into 2.5 into 10 raised to minus 2 square divided by pi into 0.5 into 10 raised to minus 2 square multiply by value of F1 is 100. So pi with pi will get cancelled, is equal to, now 2.5 square, I'll write 2.5 into 2.5 into 10 raised to minus 4 divided by 0.5 into 0.5 into 10 raised to minus 4 multiply by 100. 10 raised to minus 4, 10 raised to minus 4 will get cancelled. So 0.5 ones are, this will become 5, this will become 5. So 5 5s are 25. 25 into 100, we get here 2500 Newton. So value of F2 is 2500 Newton. But what we have to find? We have to find at what distance the car will stop, what distance car will travel before coming to stop. So it means that we have to find its displacement. So to find that displacement, let's say that we have to find the acceleration. So final force is what? F2 is 2500. So we know that F2 is equal to mass into acceleration. So acceleration is going to be what? F2 upon m, which will be equal to 2500. Mass is 1000, which will be equal to 2.5 meter per second square. So this is our acceleration of the car. And we have the initial velocity. Initial velocity u is equal to 50 kilometer per hour. And the final, what will be the final velocity? Since the car is going to stop, so final velocity v is going to be 0. By we know the formula, v square is equal to u square plus u square minus 2as. V square is equal to u square minus 2as. So therefore v square is equal to u square minus 2as. So it means that final velocity is going to be 0 is equal to u square is what? It is the, okay, we will put the value next 2as. So we get here 2as is equal to u square. So s is equal to u square divided by 2a, which will be equal to, value of u is what? It is 50 kilometer per hour. So we will convert it into 50 into we will convert it into meter per second. So we have to multiply it by 1000 upon 3600 square multiply by 1 upon 2 into value of a is going to be 2.5. So if we solve this, our final answer is going to be 38.58 meter. This is going to be our final answer. The next question is, a beaker of radius 10 centimeter. A beaker of radius 10 centimeter is filled with the water. Calculate the force of surface tension. So force of surface tension F is equal to question mark on any diametrical line on the on its surface. So the surface tension of the water is 0.07. So surface tension T is equal to 0.075 Newton per meter square. So we have to find the force due to surface tension on any diametrical line. It means that first of all we have to find the length, and that length is equal to what? Diameter of the beaker. So diameter d is equal to 2 times radius, which will be equal to 2 multiplied by value of radius is 10, which will be equal to 20 centimeter, which will be again equal to 20 into 10 raised to minus 2 meter, which will be equal to 0.2 meter. So it means that the length L is going to be what? So length L is equal to diameter, which will be equal to 0.2 meter. We know the formula for surface tension. Surface tension T is equal to force per unit length. So therefore force due to surface tension F is equal to T multiplied by L, which will be equal to, value of T is what? 0.075 multiplied by value of L is 0.2, which will be equal to 1.5 into 10 raised to minus 2 Newton. So this is the force due to surface tension on any diametrical line on the surface of a liquid. Go to the next question. So the question number 9. calculate work done in blowing, calculate work done in blowing a soap bubble, calculate work done in blowing a soap bubble to a radius of 1 centimeter. It means that we have to find the work done to blow a soap to a radius of 1 centimeter. Means initially its radius is going to be 0 and final radius is going to be what? 1 centimeter. So we have to find the work done, and we know that the formula for work done is what? Work done is nothing but the change in surface area multiply by surface tension. So first of all, we'll write all the given quantities. What is given? The surface tension T is given. T is equal to 2.5 into 10 raised to minus 2 Newton per meter. Now let's say that initial radius of bubble. So initially its radius is going to be 0. Okay. So if its initial radius is 0, then what will be its initial surface area? So initial surface area is again going to be 0. Okay. And final radius is what? 1 centimeter. So final radius of bubble, let's say that R is equal to 1 centimeter, which will be equal to 0.01 meter. So now what is the final surface area? So final surface area is going to be what? So 2 multiplied by 4 pi r square. Now see here, since this is a bubble, and we know that bubble has two surfaces which are in contact with the air, so that we put the factor 2 here. इसलिए यहाँ पे 2 आ जाएगा. So final surface area 2 multiplied by 4 pi r square, which will be equal to 8 pi r square. So initial surface area तो 0 आ गया, final surface area 8 pi r square आ गया. So what is the change in area? So change in surface area is going to be final minus initial. So final is 8 pi r square, initial is 0. So change in surface area is 8 pi r square, which will be equal to 8 into 3.14 multiplied by value of r is what? 0.01. Can you write it like this? 10 raised to minus 2 meter. So 10 raised to minus 2 square. So it will become, if I multiply 8 with 3.14, I'll get here 25.12 multiplied by 10 raised to minus 2 into 2 minus 4. So our final answer is going to be 0.2512 multiplied by 10 raised to minus 2. Getting this? So we have find the change in surface area. So this is the change in surface area. How much surface area change? So that value is 0.2512 into 10 raised to minus 2. So now we will find the work done. We know that work done is equal to change in surface area multiplied by surface tension. So what is the value of surface tension? It is 2.5 into 10 raised to minus 2 multiplied by, what is the change in surface area? The change in surface area is 0.2512 into 10 raised to minus 2. If you multiply it, we will get 6.275 into 10 raised to minus 5 joule. This is the work done. See the next question. Question number 10. What should be the diameter of a water drop? What should be the diameter of water drop so that the excess pressure inside it is 80 Newton per meter square? So it is a water drop and its excess pressure is given and we have to find what should be its diameter. So what will be the radius, what will be the diameter of a water drop that we have to find when the excess pressure is 80 Newton per meter square and the surface tension of a water is given 7.27 into 10 raised to minus 2 Newton per meter. So first of all, we will write all the given quantities. So the excess pressure inside a drop is given. It means that P is equal to 80 Newton per meter square is given. Surface tension T is given 7.27 into 10 raised to minus 2 Newton per meter. Right, and what we have to find? We have to find the diameter of the water drop. For that we have to find the, first of all, radius of a water drop. So let's say that small r is the radius of a water drop. Now we have the formula. If it is a water drop or liquid drop, the excess pressure P is equal to 2T by R, and if it is the bubble, then the excess pressure P is equal to 4T by R. So since it is liquid water drop, we will use this formula. We have the formula for excess pressure, P is equal to 2T divided by R. So therefore R is equal to 2T divided by P. Now we'll put the values. Is equal to 2 multiplied by value of T is what? 7.27 into 10 raised to minus 2 divided by excess pressure is what? 80. So 8 ones are 8, 0. So 8 9s are 72, 0. Again 8 8s are 64. So this value is again going to be 2 multiplied by 0.908 into 10 raised to minus 2 divided by 10. So if we shift it to numerator, it will become 10 raised to minus 1. So our final radius is going to be, value of radius is equal to 1.816 into 10 raised to minus 2 into minus 1 minus 3 meter, which will be equal to, if it is in meter, we can convert it into millimeter. So it will become 1.816 millimeter. So this is the radius of the water drop. So we have to find the diameter. So diameter is going to be 2 times radius, which will be equal to 2 into 1.816, which will be equal to 3.632 millimeter. This is the final answer. Now move to the next question. So first of all, I'll read the question and we will solve it. The question is, an air bubble of radius 0.2 millimeter is situated just below the water surface. Calculate the gauge pressure. Now in this case, the gauge pressure is nothing but the excess pressure. The gauge pressure is nothing but what? Excess pressure. The surface tension of a water is 7.2 into 10 raised to minus 2. Now see here, we have two formulas for the excess pressure. If it is a liquid drop, for drop it is 2T by R, and for bubble it is 4T. For bubble it is 4T by R. But what is given in this question is that that air bubble is situated just below the water surface. Air bubble is situated just below the water surface. So my question is, how many free surfaces are there? How many surfaces are in contact with the air? Okay, so since this is a bubble, so it means that inside is air only, and this bubble is just below the water surface. It means that it is surrounded by the water. So there is only one free surface. There is only one free surface which is in contact with the air. So instead of using this formula, we will use this formula. This is so much important. This question is a little bit tricky, but we can understand how to find this. Okay, so we will use this formula for the excess pressure. So first of all, I'll write the given. So radius is given, R is equal to 0.2 millimeter, which will be equal to 0.2 into 10 raised to minus 3 meter. We have to find the excess pressure. So P is equal to question mark. Surface tension T is given. T is equal to 7.2 into 10 raised to minus 2 Newton per meter. Now, what is the formula? Which formula we are going to use? This. So P is equal to 2T divided by R, which will be equal to 2 multiplied by value of T is 7.2 into 10 raised to minus 2 divided by value of radius is 0.2 into 10 raised to minus 3. So 2 ones are 0.1. So we get here 7.2 into 10 raised to minus 2 divided by, now see here 0.1, it means that 10 raised to minus 1. 10 raised to minus 1 into 10 raised to minus 3, it will become 10 raised to minus 4. So our final answer is 7.2 into 10 raised to minus 2 into 10 raised to shift this to numerator, it will become minus 4 become plus 4. So the excess pressure P is equal to 7.2 into 10 raised to 2, which will be equal to 720 Newton per meter square. This is the excess pressure. See, there is one mistake in textbook. In textbook the answer is given 7200, but the actual answer is 720. Okay, understand this. Move to the next question. Now these two questions are so much important, question number 12 and question number 13. So question number 12 is 27 droplets of water, 27 droplets of water, each of radius 0.1 millimeter coalesce. Coalesce means what? It gets merged together. So 27 droplets है वो अगर एक coalesce हो जाएंगे, it will form a one single drop. Okay, so 27 droplets of water, each of radius 0.1 millimeter coalesce into a single drop. Find the change in surface area. Find the change in surface area. And the surface tension of water is given 0.072 Newton per meter. So first of all, we will write all the given quantities. Now see here, 27 droplets is converted into one single drop. So can we say that the radius of a droplet, let's say that it is smaller, and radius of a single drop which is going to form by 27 droplets is equal to capital R. Getting this? So first of all we will write, let radius of droplet is equal to small r is equal to 0.1 millimeter, which will be equal to 10 raised to minus 4 meter. Getting this? And radius of drop, जो single drop जो form हो रहा है उसका radius capital R हम consider करेंगे. Right? So now can we say that the volume of single drop must be equal to the volume of 27 droplets. Getting this? क्योंकि 27 droplets का ही एक single drop बन रहा है ना, तो volume change नहीं होगा. So what is the volume of a single drop? It is 4/3 pi r cube, which will be equal to 27 droplets है, तो 27 मल्टीप्लाई बाय हर एक ड्रॉपलेट का वॉल्यूम क्या होगा 4/3 पाई स्मॉल आर क्यूब. सो 4/3 पाई कैंसिल हो जाएगा. सो वी गेट हियर आर क्यूब इज इक्वल टू कैपिटल आर क्यूब इज इक्वल टू 27 r raised to 3. So taking cube root, we get here r is equal to 3r. It means that radius of a single drop is going to be 3 times the radius of a single droplet. So first of all we'll find the surface areas. Okay, so एक चीज ध्यान में रखो, जब 27 ड्रॉपलेट्स का एक सिंगल ड्रॉप बन रहा है तो 27 ड्रॉपलेट्स का जो कुछ भी सरफेस एरिया है वो क्या हो रहा है कि एक सिंगल ड्रॉप में कन्वर्ट हो रहा है. तो ऐसे केस में क्या होता है कि 27 ड्रॉपलेट्स का सरफेस एरिया ज़्यादा है, लेकिन जब वो कोएलेस हो जाएंगे, एक सिंगल ड्रॉप फॉर्म करेगा, तब सरफेस एरिया डिक्रीज होगा यहाँ पे, तब सरफेस एरिया क्या होगा, डिक्रीज होगा. सो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल वी विल फाइंड द initial and final surface area. So I'll write initial surface area of 27 droplets, which will be equal to 27 multiplied by 4 pi r square, which will be equal to 108 pi r square. So this is the initial surface area. Now what is the final surface area? So final surface area is going to be what? Because since it is forming a single drop, so 4 pi r square, 4 pi r square. But we know that value of capital R is equal to what? 3r. So we will write 4 pi into 3r square. So it will become 4 pi into 9r square, which will be equal to 36 pi r square. Getting this? So initial surface area 108 pi r square आया, फाइनल सरफेस एरिया 36 pi r square आया. इसका मतलब इनिशियल सरफेस एरिया इज मैक्सिमम, फाइनल सरफेस एरिया इज मिनिमम. सो टू फाइंड चेंज इन सरफेस एरिया, चेंज इन सरफेस एरिया फाइंड आउट करने के लिए हम ग्रेटर वैल्यू से स्मॉलर वैल्यू क्या करेंगे, सबट्रैक्ट करेंगे. इट मीन्स दैट 108 pi r square minus 36 pi r square, which will be equal to 72 pi r square. So this is going to be our change in surface area. Now what we have to find? We have to find change in a surface energy. As I have told you, work done is equal to the change in surface energy, which is again equal to the change in surface area multiplied by surface tension. So our formula, हमारा formula क्या आ जाएगा? change in surface energy is equal to change in surface area multiplied by surface tension, which will be equal to, what is the change in surface area? Change in surface area is 72 pi r square multiplied by surface tension कितना दिया है, 0.072, which will be equal to, now we will put the values, 72 multiplied by 3.14 into value of r is 10 raised to minus 4 square multiplied by 0.072, which will be equal to 72 multiplied by 3.14 multiplied by 0.072 into 10 raised to minus 4 into 2, which will become minus 8. So if you multiply all this, you'll get here 16.27 into 10 raised to minus 8, which will be equal to 1.627 into 10 raised to minus 7 joule. This is our final answer. See, these questions are important, question number 12 and question number 13. इसके बाद जो हम देखेंगे, understand it carefully. See the question number 13. It is given that a drop of a mercury of radius 0.2 centimeter is broken into 8 droplets. पीछे जो हमने क्वेश्चन देखा था उसमें 27 ड्रॉपलेट का एक सिंगल ड्रॉप बन रहा है, लेकिन ये क्वेश्चन में क्या दिया है, एक सिंगल मर्क्यूरी का जो ड्रॉप है उसका कन्वर्जन किस में हो रहा है, इट इज ब्रोकन इनटू 8 ड्रॉपलेट्स. And we have to find the work done. If the surface tension of a mercury is 435.5 dyne per centimeter. So first of all we will write the given quantities. For that, first of all we will write the surface tension is given 435.5 dyne per centimeter, which will be equal to, see here, 1 dyne is equal to how many Newton? 10 raised to minus 5. Okay, so it will become 435.5 into 10 raised to minus 5. 1 centimeter is equal to 10 raised to minus 2 meter. So it is going to be, surface tension आ जाएगा 435.5 into 10 raised to minus 3 Newton per meter. So this is the surface tension. Now let's say that again, let जो ड्रॉप जो है मर्क्यूरी का उसका रेडियस कैपिटल आर कंसिडर करेंगे और जो ड्रॉपलेट्स फॉर्म हो रहे हैं उसका रेडियस स्मॉल आर कंसिडर करेंगे. सो देयरफॉर रेडियस ऑफ ड्रॉप ऑफ mercury is equal to capital R is equal to 0.2 centimeter, which will be equal to 0.2 into 10 raised to minus 2 meter, which will be again equal to 2 into 10 raised to minus 3 meter. And radius of a single droplet of mercury is equal to small r. We will find the value of small r first. Okay, so now in this case we know that volume of drop must be equal to volume of 8 droplets. So what is the volume of drop of a mercury? It is 4 upon 3 pi r cube. Volume of 8 droplets, 8 into 4 upon 3 pi small r cube. 4 upon 3 pi will get cancelled. So r cube is equal to 8 r cube. So taking cube root, we get here r is equal to 2r. So from this, can we write small r is equal to capital R divided by 2. Small r is equal to capital R divided by 2. So फिर से हम क्या करेंगे, इनिशियल सरफेस एरिया फाइंड आउट करेंगे जो ड्रॉप था और फाइनल सरफेस एरिया जो 8 ड्रॉपलेट्स फॉर्म होंगे उसका फाइंड आउट करेंगे. So now I'll write initial surface area is equal to 4 pi r square. Getting this? And final surface area is what? Final surface area is equal to, since it is forming 8 droplets, so 8 multiplied by 4 pi small r square, which will be equal to 8 into 4 pi. Value of small r is what? Capital R divided by 2, 8 square. So we get here 8 into 4 pi into r square divided by 4. 4 ones are 4, 4 twos are 8. So final surface area is going to be what? 8 pi r square. So initial surface area is 4 pi r square. Final surface area is 8 pi r square. So first of all, we'll find the change in surface area. So therefore, change in surface area is equal to final minus initial. Final is 8 pi r square minus initial is 4 pi r square, which will be equal to 4 pi r square. So therefore, work done is equal to change in surface area multiplied by surface tension, which will be equal to, what is the change in surface area? 4 pi r square into surface tension, which will be equal to 4 into 3.14. What is the value of capital R? Value of capital R is 2 into 10 raised to minus 3. उसका अगर हम स्क्वायर करेंगे, 2 का स्क्वायर आ जाएगा 4, 10 raised to minus 3 का स्क्वायर आ जाएगा minus 6, मल्टीप्लाई बाय सरफेस टेंशन का वैल्यू कितना आया न्यूटन पर मीटर में? इट इज गोइंग टू बी 435.5 into 10 raised to minus 3. If you solve this, final answer is going to be 2.187 into 10 raised to minus 5. Now the last question is, how much work is required to form a bubble of 2 centimeter radius? So initial radius is going to be 0 and final radius is going to be 2 centimeter from a soap solution having surface tension 0.07. So first of all, we'll write the given. Surface tension is 0.07 Newton per meter. Initial radius of bubble is going to be 0. So it means that initial surface area is going to be 0. What is the final radius? Final radius is going to be 2 centimeter, which will be equal to 0.02 meter. Okay, so we will find the final surface area is equal to, since bubble has 2 free surfaces in contact with the air, so we will write 2 into 4 pi r square, which will be equal to 2 into Okay, yeah, it will become 8 pi r square. Getting this? So now what is the change in surface area? So change in surface area is going to be final minus initial. Initial surface area is 0. Final surface area is 8 pi r square. So what is the change in surface area? It is 8 pi r square. Getting this? Which will be equal to 8 into 3.14 into, what is the value of r? Value of r is 0.02 its square. So if we multiply this, we'll get here 1 into 10 raised to minus 2. Do the multiplication. Getting this? Now what is the work done? Work done W is equal to change in surface area. Change in surface area multiplied by surface tension. So what is the change in surface area? 1 into 10 raised to minus 2. What is surface tension? 0.07. So final answer is going to be 0.07 into 10 raised to minus 2, which will be equal to 0.7 into 10 raised to minus 3 joule. This is going to be the work done.